not concerned with the state of emergency now. The matter before us is on prorogation and not the state of emergency.
His Lordship is right.
Yes, so don't mix up the two.
The matter had been debated, my lord, and I initially raised it in my heads of arguments before. It has been debated at length because, remember, my lord, on Friday you text me on the principle of rationality.
Is it your case that a state of emergency has been declared?
The state of emergency has been declared, my lord.
Where do we find that in your papers?
Because as I remember Mr. Tele's submissions, he made it clear that he was only responding to that issue because it was coming from the bench, not because it is the case that you guys
If for some reason, my lord, it could be found that we never pleaded it, it came up in reply from the Prime Minister because I had to react to it in my head. There is just no way I could have dealt with it.
Where is that reply?
Thank you, my lord. Let me just say it. Yeah. Declaration as state of emergency.
And I assume that the reply was to something that you had already raised in the founding papers.
Yes, my lord. And if we go by that assumption,
it's not an assumption. You should first establish that you have actually pleaded a state of emergency.
In their answer, Prime Minister's answer.
You don't have to look at the answer, Mr. Liputi. Is it your case that there's a state of emergency that has been declared?
My lord, the court had already taken a judicial pick of the fact that there is a state of emergency that has been declared.
No, you didn't understand, as my sister put it to you, that Mr. Taylor was merely responding to a question that came from the bench.
Because it implicates the reasonableness of the decision to prorogue Parliament when Cabinet had
you
already
haven't pleaded that. That's the problem. That's not your case. Or does it suddenly become your case because Mr. Taylor was asked a question from the bench?
No, it became my case the time I drew up my heads of
Where is it
arguments.
in your pleadings? If you yes,
Yes, in my heads of arguments is.
I thought that you were referring us to somewhere in your reply that when you were saying in this discussion. And I thought you initially said that hence in argument then you addressed it.
Yes, my lady.
I thought you were doing that.
it was raised in reply
It was raised in.
when it had not been made in the founding.
We got it from them that on top of the prorogation, they have now declared the state of emergency.
But